It was an agenda Ekufuado, Gabi, Oforiata, Bamti, Barumiam, they set. Say the special prosecutor's office will be the last nod able to me a collapse NDC. No. Rigged the elections, they killed Ghanaians, and Jean Mensah, Bossman, they helped them achieve that dream. From next week, if you don't speak on this matter, I just say talk on ya permanent. It said the Ekufuado or party. But if you want to do a half shit, my everything is on the line here.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
I hear Boadu TV. Yama munyina kwa bamfamra so. Na the ten say Kevin Taylor actually Kissi Adjabeng so say Kissi Adjabeng che Martin Pebu. Oh, on the soccer sama NDC okay your friends operation recover all to ho. E be si na ye nti omonkan. Na ya che na detain no. Na se na mafa super akwa no. Kissi Adjabeng. Chai. Kevin Taylor says akwa de me nim he wonyaya nka ne ya we fi akwa no so. Se parliament so asomo almost one person more to answer friend no be chirem di ntia odi tani ye friend se Martin Pebu na anye bia Ghana fo bisa se Martin Pebu no is he above the law say OSP chena is he above the law amount for OSP actually more we tani omo no is Martin Pebu above them ondo nye Ghana ni afine ya che no on there ye didn't to Black Maria man ko be se na abronye breye amanfo se momoka owo made parliament for so pa speaker crowd na not to say the be dey ne yes scrap it near abolish office of the special prosecutor well sanity there Kevin Taylor so atwasem yes
is the office of the special prosecutor a problem no and as a Kissi Adjabeng nankasa as Kissi Adjabeng and a problem no and we need to find answers to these. Because if you answer now, we will end up maybe taking decisions and to me the fight against corruption. I know majority of Ghanaians are angry. And you see, it is not even, I don't want this conversation to center around the detention or the arrest of Martin Pebu. It has been building up from the back. I think Sir Martin Pebu deal with and the icing on the cake. But let's look at this issue holistically. Now, people are talking about Kissi Adjabeng. People are talking about the Office of the Special Prosecutor. People are saying a lot of things. Now, when you sit as a Ghanaian or you sit as Obia, as some way here, now you always think about the fight against corruption and the office now occupy now. Problem nankasa Kissi Adjabeng as an individual, and I say the Office of the Special Prosecutor that was established by Parliament. And here a problem nankasawo. And this is not about people writing grammar, speaking English on TV, being called panelists. Because from tomorrow, Ochina, Saturday, Sunday in Kwasiafo, even from today, when you go on your walls on Facebook, the so-called foolish intellectuals who for about 80% of their life, they want to use Meko TV suit to come and make money. They will be coming. The Zatos, the foolish ones, Kofi Bentels, they will come and sound like they're intelligent than you. That is why I am doing this, because most of them are foolish. They are political insects. They play on your conscience. They feed from these same politicians, and they want to create an impression in your head to say they are neutral. There's no neutral in Ghana politics. From Zato to Kofi Bentel to all the co-ministers sitting on TV saying they are neutrals. None of them is a neutral. We saw Isankuma those times of if in a saint or your press conference. It is even okay to insult the president. At Amos, when you insult him, there's no president. They were carving a niche. They were creating a room. They were preparing the grounds for that dwarf Ekufuado to become president. It's what you are seeing today. Say they are intellectuals. They are all criminals who work for individuals and your personal interests. Don't let somebody lie to you, because when they sit on TV, they are calm and they speak on the issues like Onimbibichao. They know nothing. Let me tell you, all the documents in the system that they are reading, they are the same document you are reading. They have not gotten any extraordinary education than you. None of us was born European or American. Brofuna omo kind and no be yeso kind etiasie. They are not exceptional. But they have created this thing in your head to say, ono Kofi Bento kwasi ampe ne kasa also utie. No, that's not how it works. And they have capitalized on that and they have used that to build their lives. Most of them don't have jobs. Most of them work for politicians as consultants. Most of them make money out of controversial issues. Most of them make a living out of creating nothing out of nothing for you to think that there's a problem when there is no problem. Most of them make simple issues complex so that the system will keep discussing to make them relevant. That is their job. So these are the political insects I've been advising you about for years. Inti asamna bedahona yesi eye OSP asemno. It is nothing extraordinary. I want tiasie also tiasie. Now let's go back a little bit and let me show you something. The question obi anadwini ekwe chire bia bebusa ne say, what was the motive for establishing the office of the special prosecutor? Near to Ghana, and another Dankwe Kufuor the MP before about power. And they hired people like Kofi Bento. They hired people like Isankumamo, and they started showing things into the system. Said there was so much corruption. NDC for we need to make sure we go after them, crucify them, and kill all of them. So that was the impression that the surrogates, Isankumamono, Egbetfebo, Kwame Sefakai, Paul Adumochi, and Isankwasiafo, these are political insects. They sniff, they suck your blood. That is how they live. So they created something in our heads. Say, Nana Dankwe Kufuor Abani be creating office from Kubi Ebin Sida, and the job of the office is to do what? Is to fight corruption related issues. Now, all the way in 2017, and Nana Dankwe Kufuor Ekofa Martin Amidu Aoye NDC ni disgruntled NDC person. Martin Amidu has always had an issue with the NDC, especially with the Mahama fashion against the NDC as a political party, because he felt to say he was supposed to be vice president and Atamo saying, you know, Enekweyi Mahama. So he has always felt to say he's intelligent than everyone, he's pure than everyone in the NDC, and he has always held grudges with the NDC. He has never liked the NDC that Mahama came to lead. When Atamo saw some quality in Mahama, Amidumwa, Okofa, Mahama, no, Martin Amido has always been better. So Nana Dankwe Kufuor, as a vampire as he is, he wanted to execute something na on pese ode ne huni pabeye. Na on pese ode eyedien ne party ni beye. So he, as diabolic as he is, he looked for somebody who was better like Martin Amidu. The same way they looked for somebody who was better like Koko Anyidowu. They always look for people in the NDC who are better to use them against the NDC. So Nana Dankwe Kufuor said, or the Martin Amidu Besi office of the special prosecutor no na wakwa NDC for. Let nobody lie to you. The office of the special prosecutor was put together because Kufuor wanted to go after Mahama and the NDC. It wasn't about stopping corruption, current government, and past administration. Nana Dankwe Kufuor's agenda was to go after Mahama, go after the NDC, and nullify the NDC for good. It was an agenda Kufuor, Gabi, Oforiata, Bamti, Bawumia, they set. Say the special prosecutor's office will be the last nod to me a collapse NDC. No, the whole Ghana. NDC ni the buofu. NDC ni our pain wanakumem, and the perfect person to be the special prosecutor. 2018 video now share. Ghana near Kufuor. It was a plan that they cooked because they knew. Say John Dramani Mahama, Adia John Mahama, they knew it was a lie. It was wrong. They knew. Say Kufuor came to power with lies. Say everything that brought Kufuor to power was lies. And as time goes on, Ghanaians are going to know. So they wanted Martin to do that job for them by doing what? Going after the people they think they have wronged. Send a beya. It will be difficult for those people to be cleaned. Martin Amidu, they used him like some kind of slave to do their job for them indirectly. Now, near Tigana, na Martin Amidu Sukoshe Special Prosecutor's Office. Now, Ekufuado Eddie Martin Amidu extra Ghana for he used some words or use collaborate and cooperation with other law enforcement agencies. They are very vital. Or say the Special Prosecutor's Office will collaborate or cooperate with other law enforcement agencies. Now the question here is, since the inception or establishment of the Special Prosecutor's Office, have you seen that collaboration between the Special Prosecutor's Office and other law enforcement agencies? It's a question I'm asking. We will come back to that question. Now, Yatitima Kodu 2021. Ena Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado. Na baimu. Martin Amidu Ebabeka Chere say. Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado only looks like an innocent flower, but is the mother serpent of corruption. Martin Amidu, just after 3 years, the catcher Ghana for you say, Sir President Wena Muhunisano. Sir Ekufuado na Muhunu say rose flower no. Sir Nana Muhunu say oye Jimmy Jimmy oya gove. Nana Ekufuado Muhunu say nanunzu no onye Jimmy Jimmy o. O pe bonsam na anka sa kronomu bonsam. Kronomu Chiame. Kronomu Cristiano Ronaldo, kronomu Messi. Kronomu Opela Abuaji, ewifuomu eyedie ataya. Ewifuomu ekuye cha. Martin Amidu Beka Chere say the most dangerous person in Ghana politics when it comes to corruption is Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado. This is the special prosecutor, the first special prosecutor of the Republic of Ghana. And what will make the first special prosecutor of the Republic of Ghana come out to tell all of us? I just played a video of Ekufuado telling us to say, this is the guy he believes can fight corruption. He believes say, this guy turned around to tell us, hey, Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado or a dangerous human being. Ope krono mu chiame obi a wane krono ati krono mu a Ekufuado. And that we should not underestimate Ekufuado when it comes to corruption. This was in 2020. November. Na aka 1 month me akoto about 2020. We had Kofi Bento. They were sitting on TV defending Ekufuado. We had Kwame Sefakine. They were sitting on radio defending Ekufuado. Paul Ademotre. They were still sitting on radio, TV defending Ekufuado. We had people like Egbert Fable. We have people like Asa Nkuma. All these political insects, after this statement was made, were still defending Ekufuado. That Ekufuado does not know anything, and that Ekufuado ye jumano and a yakron for. I'm building something. I want you to see something. Inti, Matami Dukacha say, Adudi ye cobra. Ekufuado ye cobra or ye dangerous. Emma the democracy. Ye democracy ye timuno. I the president. Such statement way, it should have told every Ghanaian say the NPP should never come close to power again in our history. Because let me tell you, the president tells us this guy is the one going to fight corruption. And the same guy comes out to say, hey, my life is at stake. We as a nation, the Kwame Nkrumah Ghana, we should be very careful about this guy. Or your serpent, or your corruption cobra. You're very careful. And I was saying, every single Ghanaian or your rational or own Jimmy, should pull out and say, no, this government, this party, they are done. But what did we see on our media platforms? People were still telling us, Ekufuado is not corrupt. Ekufuado, Onye Bibia, the people who are working with Ekufuado are the corrupt ones. The reason why Martin Amidu say Ekufuado is corrupt or you're dangerous to our democracy, and they say, or need the bush for. They brought about something called a Japadie. And the finance minister, this same finance minister who was appointed by this same Ekufuado, tried to tell the special prosecutor to do evil, to hide evil from us. They wanted to sell all our minerals. Bawumia knew about it. Kano Furata knew about it. Ekufuado knew about it. Every single MPP cabinet minister knew about it. They all said that Martin Abidu should keep it quiet for them to go and sell everything, all our minerals, or Jersey Shores in the UK. Martin Abidu Jimmy Kurano, then 10 years he applied it. And America just says, so it is a 10 year kemwa. Na obina peso obuni kwasia. Into Martin Abidu Jimmy Kurano, at least there was a little bit of patriotism left in him. He decided to come out to tell us, say, Sankofuwi, they are dangerous. So, leading to election 2020, no, the NPP knew, say, Ghana for Nyan Kwasia for. That is why to date, they cannot tell you about Akufo did win election 2020. Because they rigged the elections, they killed Ghanaians, and Jean Mensah, Bossman, they helped them achieve that dream. Because na Ghana for who say Akufo is a dangerous human being. Yam pese ebemana twaso as president. But Akufo not own him the opesoye. He knew. So I need the opesoye power no own jemu. So we saw a lot of killings in 2020 elections. Now in 2021, after Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, a year sadi we are oku nipa ba wo miamu nyina e benefited from that na omuwie ebe win elections no. Right before the elections, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo eye adiebi, it was very dangerous. And that is one thing Emma Ghana for nyina who say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Office of the Special Prosecutor, the motive was John Mahama. The motive was to go after John Mahama, destroy John Mahama, because he knew, say, at the end of the year, John Mahama in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, no, Sadia will come back. And Ghana for Yankophobia, it takes time for them to process things. Now, no beba. It's another Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Otinawana in 2020 February, about 10 months to elections, and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo a short letter come Martin Abidu, and Okache Martin Abidu say Martin Abidu should investigate John Mahama for Airbus. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo a critique our Special Prosecutor's Office for some agenda. Into February 2nd, 2020, and Nana Akufo-Addo Chokoma Martin Abidu say, you investigate John Mahama. Abrana Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo nim say there was nothing in the Airbus scandal. There was no clear-cut evidence against John Mahama. But because he knew, say, the 2020 elections was going to be difficult, he had two options. Either Obechi Mahama Shem, so when Tumanchi Mahama Shem there, he will force his way through. Into the agenda normally be an office no efeli yana. Omokacha Martin Abidu say, on investigating John Mahama. Martin Abidu said, no, there is nothing to investigate. And then they forcing Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo eku nipa in 2020 to win elections. And then the day a Techiman South in the Bay, no. And then the day a who killings in the Bay, no. And then the day a Accra killings in the Bay, no. The letter Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo extra comma Martin Abidu, no, he was insisting that Martin Abidu should investigate John Mahama before election 2020. Bawumia knew about it. Kwame Sefa defended it. Paul Ademochi defended it. Egbert Fable defended it. Kofi Bento defended it. The NPP is Ankuma Dems defended it. All these surrogates were on radio and TV saying the president's decision is right. Now, when you read the letter, the tone and the vagueness in the letter, no, you ask yourself, say, the NPP, what was the agenda? Setting up this office, no, what was the agenda? The attention of the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has been drawn to a 31st January 2020 judgment of the Crown Court at Southwark in the United Kingdom between the Director of the Serious Fraud Office and Airbus SE, in which the European multinational Aerospace Corporation has been fined 3.9 billion for the payment of bribes to secure deals in 5 countries, including Ghana. According to the statement of facts in the case, between 2009 and 2015, and I quote, a number of Airbus employees made or promised success-based commission payment of approximately 5 million euros to intermediary 5, end of quote, who is said to be, and I quote, a close relative of a high-ranking elected Ghanaian government official, in bracket government official 1. Now, significantly, government official 1 was a key decision maker in respect of the government of Ghana aircraft orders. The repayment or the payment to intermediary 5 by officials of Airbus SC were thus, and I quote, intended to induce or reward improper favor by government official 1 over the purchase of 3 C-295 military transport aircraft. Indeed, out of the 5 million euro promised intermediary 5, 3.85 million euros was paid between March 2012 and February 2014. President Akufo-Addo has taken notice of the judgment and its implications and has referred it to the Office of the Special Prosecutor to collaborate with its UK counterparts to conduct a prompt inquiry to determine the complicity or otherwise of any Ghanaian government official, past or present, involved in the said scandal, and to take the necessary legal action against any such official as required by Ghanaian law. Eugene Ahin signed this, Director of Communications, the Jubilee House. So Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, what a case be UK? What is the case be could be UK? Now company your friend Airbus. Now what you say between 2012 and 2015, no Airbus nene include Diga, Emma Airbus company in Semisim. Now almost titi no asem ne cost no your Ghana DB wom inti or shed special prosecutor say. The bush of Wabeka Chen say Nipane Abobo Mudia in the whole court proceedings, Yambo Domahama di Womuno, or say he's interested, and that Martinamidu Enko UK. That case no only UK for Enko collaborate, no more making sure say Obia the Diwoma or no Ukrainian Panom. This is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This is how he was using the special prosecutor's office. Gabi Ochedako went to plant a story in one PMP newspaper, IFN Daily Sunlight to Sadi and 2020. Gabi Ochedako and his group went to plant a story in UK PMPB, some stupid newspaper, and then they based every single shit on that newspaper and said the Martinamidu and using the special prosecutor's office, to go after no names. Atakura Akufo-Addo na asem na meka no. I remember in cabinet they discussed this. Bawumia was there. He nodded and said yes. Because that Bawumia Mr. Akufo-Addo Jimmy den ya enche obefiri so on ne ba be hye na nan. So everything Akufo-Addo did was in favor of Bawumia. Every decision Akufo-Addo took when he was president, in favor of Wankesi, he favored Bawumia. And when Akufo-Addo was leaving office, Bawumia was so confident to say he would win because he was campaigning on Akufo-Addo's record. These are some of the records of Akufo-Addo. And Bawumia never stepped out to tell Ghana for say he disagrees with the government for using or weaponizing the special prosecutor's office. He never came out to disagree. He supported it because it was going to favor him, Bawumia. But that's not our topic for today. Our focus should be how the NPP used the office of the special prosecutor. And the question here is, what was the motive behind that office? Now, I'm sure there. And then some people see in Ghana, and people are asking, special prosecutor's office, special prosecutor's office. Now, this is what is going out around now. The Speaker of Parliament has spoken. Parliament should repeal the law and abolish the office of the special prosecutor. That is the opinion of the Speaker of Parliament. He thinks Parliament should, because we were in Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, using the NPP majority in Parliament to create the office of the special prosecutor. The NPP, remember, had majority in Parliament. Mike Okwe was sitting in Parliament as the Speaker of Parliament, and he oversaw everything and allowed it to go through and thumbprinted and said, yes, this is what we need. The same Michael Kwe, who today is telling us to say the office of the special prosecutor has overlived its usefulness or outlived it. But this statement from the Speaker of Parliament and other people say the special prosecutor's office no yenguno and I say yempam ma Kissi Adjabeng. My question here is, Kissi Adjabeng na ye problem no, and I say office no na ye problem no. We are missing the conversation here. My job here is not to decide whether the office is the problem or Kissi Adjabeng is the problem. My office here is to make you understand, say, we need to separate the activities of the office from the personal activities of Kissi Adjabeng. The personal interest of Kissi Adjabeng and the office are different. Now, what I want to say is say, whether the same Parliament that created Special Prosecutor's Office keeps the office or sack the special prosecutor, I don't care. It is their own problem. They will have to decide. So Parliament may decide, they say, Obube keep office, no? And as Ombe Pam Kissi Adjabeng, it is up to Parliament to make that decision. But, Memetiano, I believe, say, the problem we are facing today with the fight against corruption is Kissi Adjabeng not living up to expectations as the leader of the Special Prosecutor's Office. We don't believe, say, Kissi Adjabeng is not the problem. Now, Kissi Adjabeng as the leader of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, from day one, Kissi Adjabeng, we all know, say, with his law background, he had no experience occupying that office. And when I say no experience, he had not worked in any public office. So one, he did not understand how public office works. Kissi Adjabeng was given this job, even in his own interview. Okache Ghana for say, it wasn't because he was patriotic enough to take the special prosecutor's job. No. Kissi Adjabeng took the job because some pressure from his village, his chiefs, his hometown elders told him that take this job. He himself, he wasn't mentally, physically, emotionally, and whatever prepared to take that office. Into one, Kissi Adjabeng occupying that office, so he did not have the experience to be there as a public official. He had never worked as a public servant. So Kissi Adjabeng went into that office with his own mind. He didn't go there to one, collaborate or cooperate with any state agency. And Isam said, don't forget that word the Kufuor used the day he was introducing Martin Amidu. Or say, Martin Amidu, the office of the special prosecutor, Omojuma David said they need to collaborate with state agencies or do what? Or cooperate to make sure say a jumana omoyeno aye a jinan naso. But Kissi Adjabeng entered this office not understanding that. Even though it's in the act of the special prosecutor, Kissi Adjabeng did not go in as a public servant. He went in as a man of himself. He had his own shoe to fill. Even at Verton, they told him, would you want to fill the shoes of the experienced predecessor? He said no. So he did not understand what he was going into in the first place. Now, Kissi Adjabeng went into the office of the special prosecutor as the boss without any strategy. There was no strategy or focus to direct the office. Kissi Adjabeng occupied the office as just the boss of the OSP or the special prosecutor's office and just started working. He did not have any strategy. He did not have any plan. So from day one, you realize that Kissi Adjabeng did not have any focus. He did not really direct the office in a certain way. All that he was telling us is that I have investigators. I'm waiting for money from Parliament. They should give me more money. I need to resource. He did not really have a direction. He did not have a focus. So Kissi Adjabeng just walked in there, and just because of the perks that came with that position, he was so much into the perks. He wasn't into the direction of the special prosecutor's office. So it was about him. It was about building his own reputation, protecting his interest. It wasn't about protecting the interest of Ghanaians. Because if Kissi Adjabeng wanted to protect the interest of Ghanaians, the office would have had a direction. It would have had a focus. Look at Akurugu. Look at Samed Akon. He brought these people on because he needed people who protect his integrity and not to direct or put the office in a focused position whereby it can be directed to be doing something that we all can say office is gearing to something. The office was vague. He was just taking money. He just enjoyed the bulletproof cars. He just enjoyed the accolades. He enjoyed being protected by military, having an office and people saying, hey, this is the special prosecutor. Now, there's something. Kissi Adjabeng did not have any public interest. And I say that because he was only motivated by money. He believed that without enough money, he, as the head of the office of the special prosecutor, they could not work. And remember, when it comes to fighting corruption, it goes beyond money. It is more of strategy. It is more of focusing. It is more of experience. But Kissi Adjabeng, because he had not been in any public office, because he was not ready to collaborate with anybody, Kissi Adjabeng's focus was that it was only money that could direct the office or make the office that authoritative officer a bit the Ghana for pay. So when he went in there, it was about the money. It was about how much money is Parliament going to give the office, how much he is going to get, the perks, the kind of cars he's going to get, the kind of things, the salary. He never flew commercial economy. He always flew first class. He was always at the most luxurious places because that is what he understood. Nana Ajim, na was the office of the special prosecutor, or not as the boss, he needed to be treated like the president. So the focus wasn't on the office, the direction of the office, the core mandate, which is fighting corruption. That wasn't the core mandate. That is why all these years, upon the 50 billion or whatever we gave him, still Kissi Adjabeng has not been able to interdict one person to say, I have prosecuted him, he has been jailed. That's why he has not been able to do that. Because even Ende Menoka say, when you ask Kissi Adjabeng, I didn't know to me prosecute you, because say, we don't have enough funds. We don't have enough money. I need to employ more investigators. That is what he will tell you. But it is not about the number of investigators you have. It's about you being focused and knowing what you want to do. Now, Kissi Adjabeng is too arrogant. Kissi Adjabeng has never gone through the process of working as a public servant. So he did not see the need to bring himself to that level where he can go and collaborate with Yoko. He did not see himself that low to go to the level of collaborating with Ede Shraj. He did not see himself at the level where he can work with the Ghana Police Service. That is why recently you have seen him going back and forth with the Attorney General's office when it came to the docket, Ken Oforiatta's docket, because he does not respect public office, because he does not see himself as somebody who is occupying a place where an office which is more of a collaborative office with other security agencies, he is not able to collaborate. He is not able to cooperate with any state security agency. That is why Kissi Adjabeng has been struggling from the day he occupied our office to date. And if you check the history of Kissi Adjabeng, he has not been successful with any state security agency. He has not been able to collaborate with any state security agency and be successful on a case, because to him, he feels that he is himself. He is independent. His office should be superior than any office. So he does not see himself as going down there to collaborate, to get experience or to get more knowledge on cases. That is why he is still struggling to date. He's not been able to prosecute anybody. Now, apart from that, he's more into contracts. He's more into behind the scenes negotiations and deliberations. That is the business part of it. Now, when you look at all these things, now you ask yourself, is Kissi Adjabeng the problem, or the office of the special prosecutor is the problem? From what I have told you now, you can see clearly that the office of the special prosecutor, to me, if Parliament decides to shut it down, I don't care. All that I need is that at the end of the day, we have state security agencies that can fight corruption. But if we are going to look at this issue right now, I believe that Kissi Adjabeng has been the problem and not the office. And to be very honest with you, Parliament knows what is best for this country. I don't decide for Parliament. I don't decide for the president. I don't decide for every Ghanaian. But if you ask me, myself and my team, the analysis and all that we have shown you today, we believe that if somebody who is really committed and ready to work as a civil servant, to collaborate with state security agencies, and willing, the willingness is there to submit himself to work for the people or work with the people, this office will still be effective. We can decide to touch the office the way we want, but until we get people who are willing, and from what I have told you, Kissi Adjabeng is not prepared to be the special prosecutor. He is the problem. Now, the office of the special prosecutor, to me, Parliament will decide. I am not going to say Parliament should take it off, Parliament to shut it down, Parliament to open another branch, whether it is up to Parliament. But when you ask us, our honest opinion is that we believe that Kissi Adjabeng as a person, Kissi Adjabeng as an individual, Kissi Adjabeng as a man leading the special prosecutor's office is the problem. We should not look too far. We should look at the person leading and his conduct, how he has approached when it comes to being collaborative, when it comes to working with state agencies, when it comes to being transparent, when it comes to him being patriotic. Kissi Adjabeng lacks a lot of things that can make him lead that office. So if Parliament decides to nullify the office, I know Parliament knows best, and Parliament can make the right decision for us Ghanaians, because the motive for establishing the special prosecutor's office till date, we all know say na wrong. But that does not also mean say the office cannot benefit Ghanaians. Even though the motive of the office, the establishment of the office was more political, was wrong, it does not mean say when we get the right people to sit in that office to work, that office cannot benefit we, the people, or this country. That is why I'm saying when it comes to whether keeping the office or not keeping the office or adding the office to another office, it is not up to me to make that decision. It is up to Parliament, because it is the same Parliament that put this office. So it is up to them to make a decision that will help us, because our representatives are there. They will have to go and think. Or someone will say, this decision we are taking, are we taking Kissi Adjabeng out and keep the office, or we are going to nullify the office and also sack Kissi Adjabeng? How is it going to benefit us? But from our point of view, Loud Silence Media, we believe, say, when you look at everything happening, Kissi Adjabeng as a person and his deputies, they are the problem. Kissi Adjabeng and his deputies are the problem when it comes to a office of the special prosecutor. The problems we are going through Ninano are Kissi Adjabeng. So, as I sit here, what I can say and say, we all have our opinions. Yan train the Parliament bay. Yan train the decision Parliament will take. The same Parliament that brought special prosecutor today wants to sit on the special prosecutor's matter. Let us see the decision they will take. Let us see, say, our interests will be in their interest. Let us see, say, Parliament will make a decision and we will all be satisfied. I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to sit here and tell Parliament what to do. We are all going to sit and listen to our own Parliament. The Parliament we have there, you and I, our representatives, so whatever they do there should be in our interest. I will leave this conversation here. It's up to you to think about this. To us, our editorial platform, we believe Kissi Adjabeng as a person is the problem. Kissi Adjabeng, the special prosecutor, as a person is the problem. And that we need to look at the people who occupy that office. If we feel that that office is not yielding any results and that we want to do something with it, or if we feel that the people leading the office are not doing what they have to do and that we have to also change them, the Parliament of Ghana knows best. They will have to make that decision. That is why I'm leaving this with the Speaker of Parliament and our parliamentarians. The special prosecutor to us, Kissi Adjabeng himself, is a problem. Are we going to keep Kissi Adjabeng? Are we going to sack him? Are we going to keep the office, or are we going to abolish that office? It is up to Parliament to make that decision. Asiafo mguo Baromia tiwo Samia Wuku tiwo Akosua Menu tiwo Akosua Menu Mahama betuma wono Akosua Menu na hwene se bini Samia Wuku Jimmy betina enele wie sika so otwen omo nyina gu ho omo bom nseme omo de Baromia tiwo bi me se obi obedi Mahama tem bia medi Baromia tem. I am setting the record straight today, and me de be ya chemo de no me send this warning to Baromia on na yere Samere. Any person be obedi ne chibe campaign amana edi Mahama tem, I will send it to one na yere no. And it's na wo Baromia wo na wo yere da wa, you cannot decide when to have a kid. I don't want to go to your kids status and they hear me, but there's a reason why because we need that confidence as a man to even decide when you want to deliver, when you want to impregnate this your Wi-Fi. So how Wi-Fi will do it? You don't even have the confidence to impregnate the Wi-Fi. Into the be pull up, pull out, would you pull out by 7 years and son of a Kwasiato in Kwasiafo with the Chika or you cannot talk to them. You cannot sit them down and say this is politics. Don't do that. Muyen penny for no man Kwasiafo did Mahama tem now to war. Why would you say Bongris and I to can Kwasiasem? Any day anybody insults Mahama, I will insult you, Baumia. Any day anybody insults Lordina, I will insult Samere. That is my contract with you people. If you don't want that to happen, Samere, anyway you tell your people. One can't tell Monkwasiafo say you can do your politics without touching Mahama's name. You can do your politics without disrespecting Mahama. If nobody disrespects Mahama, I will not disrespect anybody. But as far as Monkwasiafo in Kranfo we say, in Krantie we say, disrespect it, disrespect it, Mahama Dino, I will disrespect you to the core. And me, I can be dirtier than them. Me a call. Me say I am Mahama's firewall. Me catch them. I am the firewall of John Dramani Mahama. And I am telling you where you pull up, where you one is Samere. It is a warning to you. I am actually sending you a warning. You have barely a month, another 2 months to go for your primaries. Mujimi amene tantan mamu. Mubokeles amene tantan. For a reason, on some campaign, I want to give you people the room to do your own politics, to do your own campaign. It's a must study. Almost a month. Menka wasem, menka MPP primaries, menka Kennedy asem, menka Baomi asem, menka any of your candidates asem. Mashada, because I want to give you the room to do your politics. Member so better because Kevin Taylor can be my way or distractive way into Mr. Monya politics. Now Baomi asem when Suyanyansa. Now Utina is a one grace and one fan to unquassia from do it in the full. Sa akwabina and the names or chin or down Quemuno. Sa aquasem num can be now to Facebook. No. Any day they will speak about John Mahama. I will come after you. And me, I can be daring. Me, I can be crazy daring. Me, metuma manaya tayama wono yire. Metuma manaya tantayama wono yire Samira. It's a warning. Talk to your grass cutters. Every one of them should stay away from the president. Obianko any campaign, Momo Biamba Mahama Dimbu. Mahama on beso be MPP flag bearer. Omedi uba omiatem. Ondi Samere Wi-Fi attempt, Ondi Obi attempt. So nobody should mention his name in your campaign. I swear to God, if you, Baumia, the piglets following you, they there. I'm telling you, the shit we have in our hand, out of respect in Tinyanka Bibia. And this nobody should bring Mahama in your campaign. Catch them from do what you say. When they mount stage, they should campaign for you. John Mahama is the president of the Republic of Ghana. Media Maka, you say oya bear mana or say obedi wechi officially akwaje mic our campaigners no only di Mahama tem Baumia be no. May warn you. I'm warning you. I'm not sending this as I'm warning you. I am warning you. It's a warning. You also on Tiasia, on Dene. You also on Tiasia Ghana, and you should dare me and see. I am warning you, Baumia no yere. Talk to the piglets behind you. We respect our president. Say general elections, and also become president. I get it. You are contesting the general elections. But our party primaries, John Mahama on your primaries, Nibi. John Mahama on NPP card. John Mahama on Bo Biadi. If you're a fool and you think you can use John Mahama to as silly boys as another prequest campaign or war on you now. Now what could do crossing unya message and fan counter Kennedy Japan. Now I just say Mahama Dina the campaigner. Remember now a time I want to hear no. You can say somebody can disrespect somebody. Me, I can disrespect to the core. And you can say somebody can respect. I can respect to the core. I know what I am doing. Into West Stadia almost a month. But I'm sending this warning to you people. I will nullify the party. And Baumia, Ebebua Wankasa, I brought you Jimmy Okoshe the chair order who Jimmy no. Media o the badge on Mahama side, I mention my own. Me o the badge on Mahama side, a better what time. Into the also a bear man up about me as some no deba mention about John Mahama Dino campaigners. Now, this story is very important. It's exactly 7:11:17. Mr. P, Mr. S, should I move in a little bit before I enter Kissi Adjabeng? Team, should I go in a little bit? Give me like 15 minutes. Give me like 15 minutes. Yeah. Team, give me 15 minutes. Let me clean some things up here, and then I can enter the Kissi Adjabeng issue. I beg you. Mummy, oh, shako. Me bobi. Me can't show him show. I better not tell my patch or say share man in Kobe. Ebeko. Me man share ebeko. What is my case? Share. Now be answer and kadabio. I had a GBC no CNN. This is the CNN. I have a share wa ha. I have a waso. I have say shako. Yes. Hollywood ni nyina nie. Eye political show CNN ni nie. Ubetuma da. Me wie na okoda wa bodam. Tena wona hwe. Jimmy. Mu Jimmy ni atiama na modwa. Wo hwe CNN na okoda. Hwe de eba no. Team, give me 15 minutes. Oh dear mo. All right. Okay. The team said 15 minutes. Now, this story is very important to me. And it's got to do with a year. Sa Akwawi, Kingsley Adjabeng. And time of power change, you know. This guy, the first person I say you could pick him up. I have information say, Omo no do me adwuma, they are picking Bebre up. They'll pick him up. This guy, he's a criminal. Former registrar of the Scholarship Secretariat, Dr. Kissi Adjabeng, has hit back at Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Saba Zita Benson, over claims that he left behind a £32 million debt. He insists the issue is a system-wide challenge, pointing to arrears inherited from the Mahama administration, which he says were later cleared to protect Ghanaian students abroad. Now, the High Commissioner, Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Mrs. Zita, were making a clear statement to say, Okodru UK obeye ambassador Ojina Ghana for name no. Wabe say the last regime MPP and we scholarship secretariat no. Omabo eka £32 million egwo in the name of scholarships. And so check it. We are detailing now check it senior eka we beda. You could see clearly say this guy and that guy been be born video and all the people who were working at scholarship secretariat, this guy led that pack to do us damage. In fact, I showed you pictures of even the constituency executives. He flew them to the UK in the name of scholarship secretariat. I showed every single thing here. Anything I've seen there, I don't like a pack. when I broke that story, I called Sami Jemfi and I told Sami Jemfi that APAC is in charge of this education thing in Parliament, at least the minority side. So he should take this up. Sami Jemfi basically contacted APAC. APAC, as some catches Sami Jemfi, said he is not in charge, and I don't know how things work. APAC. And the young Kwasi Adjabeng be deputy education minister on an Amagana Dim Kwasi. That's why I hate that guy. I told APAC that APAC should just raise the matter in Parliament for this guy to be questioned when the MPP were in power. APAC was in bed with this guy. APAC took some whatever he took. He never raised the issue, and he allowed this guy to go away. APAC, your deputy education minister. My friend Musano. He told Sami Jemfi to tell me, say, he cannot raise the matter in Parliament. There is a procedure. Akwawe, time and now I head the scholarship secretariat. I did the scandal. Nipa on any ball chrono was scholarship secretariat. About video, so catch I say, this guy has done this. I just didn't do it. I added documents. I forwarded it to Sami Jemfi. I said, Sami Jemfi, give it to APAC. APAC did not do it. Foolish man. That's why I don't like him. Young people like us, we were sacrificing, and you will sit in a V8. Today you have been given a deputy minister, and now they become reasonable. At a point you tell people, say, oh, for papa. The people on the street who are working for you to get a position, you will one day tell them you are better than them. Your children will be living better than the people on the streets. Those people like us, the foolish ones who are exposing the MPP government to make you a minister. We work so hard to get you people here. Hey? The day I met charge, you know. May me focus here, one, to protect John Mahama's government. Anybody who tries to distract me, if you try to distract John Mahama or try to do anything to derail John Mahama's government, you will go. Me maka. No man, I am a man for because every man has a prize. Hey, me when it comes to Ghana politics, me who Kufuor, me who JJ Rawlings, me who Kufuor, me who Atta Mills, me who Mahama, and I'm who Ekufuado, and I'm who Mahama. Mamika be sure. Me have seen politicians. We are lucky to have somebody like Mahama. And Nyakura anticipate payday. And Nyakura anticipate payday. The wisdom in his head is what I worship. John Mahama and home and your friend Jembe Papa. John Mahama, onye nipa nchen mi o, onye nipa nchen obi a o. It is the wisdom he has when it comes to politics, when it comes to leadership. That is what I protect. And to me, if anybody dares, because I've worked so hard to get John Mahama elected. I worked so hard. I put my life on the line. I put the life of my mother, my father, my wife, my kids. I don't take this thing as a joke. No. If you cross me, I'll cross you. I don't play with these things. But if I commit to it, I commit to it fully. Anytime I catch you say me chem, na me say John Mahama no be kasa with them. Na John Mahama cry is talking bad about me. It will not change my mind about him, because it is not him as a person. It is what is in his head that I worship. It is what I want him to add to us as a nation. It is the development, the wisdom, the vision I want to pluck and give to Ghana for Ghana to be a better place. That's it. John Mahama wants to be the president for 100 years. At a point, he needs to exit. But if you think, say, me, Eko, I will put everything on the line and get John Mahama here to save Ghana, to develop this nation. Now, one person, no, who is somehow even selfish, no, then you would rather go. Me, this government, it does not matter who you are. Intimino, I don't joke with these things. If you cannot work with this president, walk. There are thousands of people who are willing to work. If you think you are too big, if you think if you think you don't like the walk, we will get people to do the job. The part-time manager say, Nipa we de yenyana yentumi nye bibi. Nipa we de yenyana. That fucking thing doesn't happen in this government too. Everybody is capable of doing something. It is the willingness and readiness to commit to the job. That's all it's important here. It is not about your closeness to the president, your closeness to the president's wife, your closeness to somebody in power. I don't give a fuck about that. What I give a fuck about is the president gave you a job. Have you done it? Have you executed it? That's my job. If you do it, I don't have a problem with you. But if you want to do a half shit, my everything is on the line here. Because a lot of people, I convinced, they trusted my word to get this president elected. I'm not going to deceive those people. I'm not going to be one of you people. That is why I don't like appointments. I don't want to take any government nonsense. I'm doing my job. My job is to protect the president and protect the government and make sure what is here has developed the nation. That's it. Indeed, I am not here to please anybody. I am not here to be like, oh, wait a minute, Panasemo, obedi president and can be paid. Into Madame Front. I don't give a fuck about anybody. Everybody has a price. When it comes to Ghana politics, I have no price. Me. When it comes to Ghana politics and John Mahama, I have no price. My commitment and my allegiance is to John Mahama's wisdom. Finished. I am done. And he said, me who say, oh, yeah, what you say? Open say, politics, any brain tea. May you were easy. I will sacrifice you easy and make sure the president works. That is my job. Me need you to protect this government and make sure they're Ghana for him, because thousands of people trusted my word. Thousands of people trusted this platform. A lot of people had never voted for NDC before. Your people be voting because of me, because of what they were listening. I cannot be a fool and sit here and make it look like say because of somebody's selfish interest in tea. Remember say Adena ya Juma de John Mahama about power no. Now we need no. You can ask me. I don't have any friend in the NDC. I talk to so many people, but nobody's my friend. Because tomorrow, if you don't do don't do what is right, me, if you are in the government, now we are debu yet. Now I junior say what down for me, and look what dangerous no. Last me catch Elekem Kotoko. My friend can say you are working. I like the way you are working, how resolute you are. You are still making time to be working as a communicator. Make sure you don't do anything silly. I told him on phone. Because if I get to know you are doing something silly, I helped you get here, I will help you go back. I told him in his face, I like him as a brother. So if Elekem Kotoko, I will put everything on the line to get him where he is. And meaning, the campaign, I was part of his campaign to get him the executive position. Now Elekem Kotoko, I've sent him this warning. Who in the NDC? Who in the NDC? You people should get it in your heads. It's more my imagine say, you think say you know somebody who knows somebody knows Kevin. You don't know me. If you think you are my friend, have you asked yourself if I think you are my friend? Me, I don't do those friends. Oh, me now I'm going to do 4. So get it. This is politics. Now this guy, this guy, or your Chrome 4, and I'm saying this because I have done the scandal and I have the video. This guy, when he was in office, but do you know, when Zita made this statement, he responded to Zita, right? Now, we both video natural. Now, when you listen to the video, remember what video, Mensah pointed Adjabeng out of the video. Oh, say, 32 million, he insists the issue is a system-wide challenge. Meaning, also, a Canadian, a car, John Mahama Jan wo ho, and a canal over 2 or seen a system-wide challenge. That means na a holding in an assemble almost solving. Now or see almost clear a car over 2 years. As some no response or the Zita no right? It was Kissi Adjabeng. Kissi Adjabeng is the one who cleared this criminal. Kissi Adjabeng did that. And continue. This guy should be in court. This guy should be fighting bail. Kingsley Adjabeng. Yeah, it was Kissi Adjabeng. And the protector Akwawi. And I'm going to review that to you very soon. All the details. Kissi Adjabeng the protecting Kingsley Adjabeng. Time almost free power. And Kingsley Adjabeng echo Kissi Adjabeng and say he needs protection. And Kissi Adjabeng will be investigations into this guy. Mr. S, get me the day he said he has called this guy in. And also, they have opened investigations into scholarship secretariat, a one of kïllêd state issue, no? And okay, say will be investigations. They have interrogated him. They have arrested him. They have released him. Kissi Adjabeng a build a war around this guy. And ultimately parliament. Kissi Adjabeng, an amount of money that went into this negotiation. Tomorrow you should come on TV and tell Ghanaians and say, this is how much I inherited and this is how much I left. I have the right to say this guy is a criminal. Court to be a person could be on court. I will just take the tape. I will take the video and give it to the judge to listen. Now on can't me say all the things in it. It is not true. Even I have a collaborate. Nipa or in the ball chrono in the video said, yeah, the Nipa remember now. Wait, a way. Or the scholarship secretary seeker they go to attach ya. Attach ya no wait. Or the scholarship secretary seeker the two no. Akwawe at a point. MPP V8 anomdoko campaign ya na akwawe dia. After election or town ni na way a way. Or to me kwa V8 mono every a dealership. Na we chia owia na wa the insurance coverage for insurance coverage atoso. Na akwa twaja to card no asakwa jiska. Wait. Kìllêd Adjabeng Kronvowi. Kwa constituency. A petition for being a guo. I just want to. This guy flew his constituents. Time on our scholarship secretariat boss no. Constituents, MPP constituency executives. Or do we court? Thank you very much, Mr. S. Let me show Ghanaians this. You refi your mantem. A real you beka or no bekemi. Kìllêd Adjabeng. Ghana ni ejimintra. Now we are in the parliament. Now I blame Alban Bagbin. Yet you be a parliament and do a jar on and I'm ho. This guy. Now somebody na Kissi Adjabeng. Kissi Adjabeng a protecting no. Wama any of the security agencies and will be any investigations. That is what he did. Kissi Adjabeng protected Kìllêd Adjabeng. OSP begins probe into alleged corruption at scholarship secretariats. Invite petitioners. OSP protected Kìllêd Adjabeng. OSP. He did it. Mumusan's case was saying. What did he get in there? Me say, Mumusa Kissi Adjabeng say, Chebi, I go on free Chebi ahimfie. Oche hene, and making sure say akwa boy we Kìllêd Adjabeng abedi MP. Now me just say yankwara na. Oche hene, and ma aye Kìllêd Adjabeng enya scholarship secretariat boss aye oche hene. Momo ya ansema be ka kire mo no. Mo te Ghana mo nka no kure, ye ka mo ni mo na mutu. Ma me kire o de foforo. You four way now, and also the and I'm not done with this Kìllêd Adjabeng guy because me know Kìllêd me and the story, and I know Kìllêd Adjabeng. Oh yeah, I don't know one country OSP. I'm sure the foforo. This is it. Metro protection of nya in any. I didn't know akwa remember some afa no ho abra na oni minimum way. Me nindina so amenka OSP. We've been investigating scholarship secretariat since July 2020. 2023, what did he find? OSP, what did he find? Time or investigate since 2023, what did he find? Where is the report? Mensah Kissi Adjabeng said, OSP, scholarship secretariat investigations, report in a way. What happened to the report? What we want to know the findings. Did he find anything? Do you know the nonsense this boy has done? Do you know what he has done? This criminal Kìllêd Adjabeng now yet to Ghana and also some kwasiafo so all because you say okasa what did you be atem and the onyanya when your voice because say I zita onimu pose on addressing say her excellence kwasia le nimu fiwe e krobia Mozambique ke bodu to atwene kronfo we na Ghana na America ura parliament all because of Chebi all because yes some kwasiasam so me say oche hene and the mayor mass akwa we Kìllêd Adjabeng oche hene na mayor no scholarship secretariat boss oche hene you say oche hene eka about galamsey and how oku galamsey a DPB amani din bone and senior affecting the reputation even internationally because oku galamsey no na nipa bi so na ekon says Mr. P get me the video I am yapa because ochihene for a long time na on kan galamsey hu asem a lot of people raised issues about galamsey e wa chim kronim and we never heard ochihene so passionate about the fight against galamsey. In fact, at a point no, people like us were raising issues about how a chim kronim no galamsey aji krona fa Green River no in Sotoya a year for Omunina. But recently I saw an interview with Ochihene Grante. Yenana, the Ra Huye, nana the ra huye a oka say ono odogana ochihine dogana o and senia Mr. P, get me the ochihine video. I wanted to show Ghanaians and Sibia Nana Sisia or Dogana Galamsey Kono. Opese yina ya boa ekwa wakwa tia Galamsey time Ekufuor to be the president. Yanana ochihine. I'm waiting for the penny MPC Mr. Boachi. And with tie nana you could see say pain wana kumem. Eyane ya just say senior Osha Galamsey no asay insuo ewo ochima mu ene ne homodin a boy ya osi emre bi krampo no oduru abrochire no or international partners bia because of bad publicity the man or Ghana no affecting nyoma bebre because oduru abrochire na nkofo say wo hini we ena wo ya Galamsey nti o say ha pa ba ana no obekasa me hwe video no me real we pa because me say nana ekasa free na kumem nana ochihene okasa free na kumem say ende ene ya say eku a wako etia Galamsey a Ghana for and Ekufuor do okodin TM2 General Secretary I say and I'll speak the way he speaks. I'm going to show you how Pentium 2 speaks. So if I don't get the imitation right, minimum. Judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgments which beats our mind and imagination. Pentium 2 General Secretary of the MPP, Justin Kodia Akasa, say, judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgments which beats our minds and imagination. Pentium 2 General Secretary and the Kettle Butuno. You see MPP for Kolanche, Omo Manifesto, Omo Amendi Bibi Omo Manifesto, and Omodem, there be Omo AE Constitution. Now, Obia Mako amendimo Constitution, Akoyi Yobe be a film, Eddie Biaka Kebimuno. Oman Kahwasemo. Their biggest problem in Ghana today is Tokonuna ya Pamono. I just say Tokonuna ya Pamono, and to say the Ekufuor do our party. Just say MPP for no, Mako Lanchi at the forefront. Mona Musemo party no, Akronfoni do swum. Na mo baba yedien, my update be ewo mo constitution. Na mo constitution na mo ya update wo no. Mako relaunch constitution no. Why don't you spend time and how many Ghanaians, how many Ghana for the name say MPP for mo manifesto? Ma koye some amendment to manifesto. Now amendment na mo ye no dia nobody even knows. Nobody even knows. Sa amendment na mo ye no constitution. Nobody knows. But you see, the general secretary of the party, no, he's not even worried about people not knowing the party's constitution. His own party foot soldiers, the grass cutters, they've not even taken the time to explain to the grass cutters to say, constitution ya the ensaka in such a way say ebe favor ba omia. Omo person mo beka ho asemo because omo nim say so omo delve into the constitution omo amend no. Omo amended it to favor ba omia na. Eye amanfo be kasa. Constitution no omo nim so omo de omo saka to favor ba omia na. Grass cutters no do ni nko school omo jiminti. They have decided not to speak on the constitutional amendment, but rather they are speaking on judges living in fear. Judge Ben Abeka just goes through. So Pandai seat no. Some we need legitimately. Why are you scared to go back to Pandai? Pandai sitting there down. Some candidate now on the debut to Facebook. No, your Facebook. Akwa we the parliament 1 year. Penny yamu shishini so be kofi. Lo na wako jinina no. Nana junior so be 24 years etia. Pandai MP no, they say the yam 2 minutes be on Facebook Live. My people, you know you will win. If say, hey, Jimmy, the yam is so lose seat no. Sa Pandai seat munim say mu win legitimately. Why are you even worried about going for a rerun at Pandai? Easy. Musumuli deal with 3,000 votes. Oh, how on saying? Judge Bernard Ghana Wabakacho say they are panicking about something. Judge Yotina African Michael Jackson case is panic bedroom. The NPP as a political party, no, omo nim some followers na Jimmy now here there.
I'm not person.
Oh, only the yeah juma because Osha. Oh, dear, yeah.
En Krantie we no good TikTok no. Oma koye constitutional amendment wom. On Krantie we. Krantie was a Rasta man. So we want to be a party this year. Omwe Jimmy, the general secretary, spent time speaking on unnecessary things. Ya cha Krantie ba ko say amendment na ma amending the constitution no amendment na mo ye na e dia. Ya cut omo di sen Krantie omo we bancha haban. Na watam to me am Krantie we. Rasta Osaya Krantie. Rasta Osaya Krantie. Oh, you busan say Oba party head office. Muslim amend the constitution. Mona Muslim be MPP University. Constitution am amend dey na mo amend wom. You be need power. Be say we mo Jimmy. The general secretary in Samaoka. What has this got to do with the constitution of the party? They are more launching party constitution, relaunching. They ne ka e fa ho. Ebe sin what is MPP? Mumusa MPP for in Krantie we say mo constitution dey na dey nsa kan wom. Omunim. And you know the funny thing, deliberate. At the end of yellow constitution, no, it is to favor Baumia on a summary. And nitina, one para, core constitution say koya amendment, no, metina radio so anka. Otis granting interview via TV studio radio say your constitution, we did amendment. This is what we did. This page. They didn't do it because majority of Inkranteno do they can't read. You cannot go and amend NDC constitution and say the NDC Aunanino, NDC Santinino, NDC Infantinino, NDC Sremunino, NDC Bununino, NDC Nina Ofri Krobono, NDC Nina Oya Frafrenino will not read and ask you questions. What about them? That is the difference between the NDC and the MPP. MPP for the Jimmy. And Kwarano Mudio Muchino, free SHS and Kwarana, Owen Chana, Omonim Utumu Obapana, it's what they for sending him. Kwasiafo, Omo Fing. MPP. Their level of thinking is so low. Party, amendment, a whole amendment in the party's constitution. Why would the party let you know? Ukrampo say, amendment, it will not allow you to contest for a position. Amendment, as it stands, you are not even a member of the party. You people don't ask questions. You are not asking your leadership. Amendment, amendment. They are not doing any education on it. They are not calling the rats and the grass cutters and the rascals to sit them down to break it down to them. No. In Krantie we say, and a judge for Ebu Yem Shishomo and the Antiasia and a Jimmy way, judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgment. Judges live in fear. Near to Kromha. Ye would ye kufuado edi judges here or Ghana. Ni enti kroma. Ye would ye kufuado the judges here or Ghana. Ni enti Ghana. You see, and I keep telling them, they don't educate them. Party no, I just said before kwine is suo. Ya wo wa ni asabi egu hwinim no adane kwasia. MPP no. MPP as a political party, I said before kwine. I saw twin binim kwine NSC in finfin. Ya wo nge ni asoka kan on say ye to akwara din a se bia di nsuo bo ketrema so ni aka say nsuo ensan omo de no e yo twin bini ni ada se o ketrema so omo nyini a omo su a omo nyini omo nyina omo bodam MPP omo su a omo jimi omo nyina omo bodam enti omo ya wo omo nyi ni ada twin bini nkwan aso omo ketrema so jimi what party ma ya a whole constitution amendment. You as a young man, as a young lady, you are not asking the constitutional amendment, is it going to affect me being a member of this Ingrantier group? You are on TikTok. Why would you say or China say, Yantiasia and Abano and NDC Kwasia? Party the crown count. Party now with Tim Crampono, ya yet party no, Holy Grail, Bible never party no bino, ya system man a favor Baumia, a favor Samere, a favor Cromfo, what to what at the TikTok ya two fins or pro, a cast open to me. Now party I would know, wouldn't constitution open to me. They are not to me, A whole general secretary could not go around the media to take page by page. This is where we did amendment. The reason why we did amendment is this reason. If you want to join the NPP, the reason to also join the NPP ni, I could enter your amendment, no, send a be favor. Waiting a year, Oman yo, because in Crantiana Dawson, Omu, ya woman yin pet, yes, if you get to the mouse, or Chimbinas or so, also with Jimmy Onina no about them. Wait, focus on the name was at it at the chim. Also, I told you to go the party. Mommy and Queen. Maybe I may try to be I in baby me the soccer. I say brand TV Kevin Taylor beam there. O body the crab bread, one gas of body not bread. Body not bread, Osha body not bread. You knew soon Boadu, and so still a bread. When I left, is at your focus him. O Oshaboka has what it at the chim. And Quasiasam, Omonum Casa tan. And who stadium so nipa phone go on go party nim me hu obi an ho fe a chese otim so we dey hu twa me hu bi the tin so a ne nan nya ne konwa na no fia na no nya fia ne nim afu chese o man say nwan ida so ye tietia ne nim kusu anase wa fon ai se gabi anase ne nan nya chese a party of the pesemeka. And these are all people who almost no mo tuni pa ho no mo di ni patem hwa no dom pre kwasia we na endo gina ho mahama ye dwanfunu hwa no dom pre o repu obi kura onje akwara no na nkwasia fo we o ka bi kiro ma no mo dwa we di panyufo atem hwe na we panyini na we jimi a hwe Katie Hammond wa hwe Katie Hammond enem kan say party we no se amane as the kura na ye ne nkasa nyankopon betia ye ne ye jimi as a nation. If we allow the NPP to exist after 2028, now you're in Jimmy, you're Nyame, NPP. See, my NPP exists after 2028. Now you're Yankasano, Onyamibe Kunya to actually NPP. When we nipa in Kofuwe, almost to me order pizza our UK. Almost to me order pizza our UK from Flagstaff House. Anopa 8. Now pizza joint no ebie 9 a.m. Our UK. Almost ordered the night before. Plane, no more to plane a cover pizza the about Jubilee House abedidi. What's your for we? Sango for we. Dan Kroman and we for we. Make me over Ghana. Now go for money go for we. I'm refi. Internal bit to say. Nansan who say omu ye interviews. I didn't think for the free power. For the free power. No journalist in Ghana has been able to interview Kufuor. I didn't. En kwasi sa ye ko nyina ye Kufuor ne koso ye ode ba omia Ken Oforiata kwasi asema ye ka nyina adentina ba omia kan a word kwasi afo we na mudi omudi en kwasi afo we me see adene Kufuor for a whole year, almost a year, on granting any interview any media house in Ghana. Ask yourself why. Adentina the media, John Mahama at a point opened his door and showed his bank accounts to the media. John Mahama, he made the media come to the three stupid dogs. Obi, Oman Kobna Santini Kwasiam baby. Elect Obi a palm of Mube fee. Kobna Santini the 250. John Mahama Manakonya Manitri Moni fee. Ekufuor the free power 1 year. Nana Ekufuor the grant interview biya. Odim san pipi for Jimmy. He knows he does not even want to answer Edieng. SML. He does not want to answer Galamsey. He does not want to answer Ken Oforiata. He does not want to answer election killings. He does not want to answer GDP. He does not want to answer inflation. Nana do danko Kufuor oya Joe. Agove we no nana nam Ghana na moso so Kufuor de nyame ehira no. Na hwana otwe ehira no. The guy is mentally unstable. The same as Bawomiani Kennedy Mwamaka. Omunyanya correct. So as a nation no, na ya sorry ni asa tamekuro no e de amomo. Ni aboda mana. Me say for a whole year, Ekufuor to me availing who said the media should come. Nana the Danko Ekufuor in 2014, 15, 16. Or you bypass in Kwa 2. Nana Ekufuor, even that time, he was calling the media to come to him. Ekufuor was bypass 2. When he was dying, he was calling the media. At a point, Ekufuor Kasana Hindo Free Numuba. Still, the media, he was calling them. Nana the Danko Ekufuor in 2020. He went in 2016. He went to Kwame Sefa-Kain's Peace FM to go sit there for like 3 hours. Omra debate or the Neshua Kotina Peace FM or the Kekan Kwasiasem, the Arab Spring. And the Ekufuor is scared of the mic. Why? And you get people in Ghana telling me, say, Kufuor is somebody, Bawumia. Why is he not availing himself for an interview? Kufuor, you're crown for. So, what's so demand is here? He should come on national television and tell us, say, Ken Ofori-Atta, you are my relative. I gave you the job. Come to Ghana. He can't do it because the Kufuor is equally as guilty as Ken Ofori-Atta. And you four criminals, Yen Santam Ghana Mabao. Now Baumia can even decide when he wants to have a kid. So Baumia, so now or a man enough, he would have had kids more earlier than the kids he had. Yeah, he cannot decide for himself when he wants to have kids. And so he is not man enough to lead. Some person who say Obi is not man enough, and your majority of the time, but with Baumiano, share Nemano age, na Baumia age, you will know say he cannot even decide when he wants to have kids. He does not have control over his decisions. And when you give birth at a certain age, a man could yet to say a. So these are some of the things that happen. So a man who is indecisive like that, a man who cannot sit, Kennedy Yapon, or start to was a preco and no, because on can create or show baby are not a man, or say for Jimmy Court, or what is all chain. These are people with no credibility, no integrity. They don't respect anybody. Huh? About me age, not my age. Yan Nanka say my age about me age. Can the age not my age? On to me, I say, Besame, or ban a chirano, Chifrim, what about Guhen, or ban a chirano, also, where you, pass your four, another on Pregas and Mahama, Udam Frinamo say, may the one Kakranam Boof, Meboa. Baumia Butuso, as Chifrim was where you, Sanakade, Nakadia. On to me, your control say, where they are. A chest somebody in the decide, and into the marketing getting to or Shakraman into Jesus. That. Tam Ghana and Shabaumi and say why? Being a group of people be Ghana deliberate, and I'm going to say this. Amwakohine sues Democracy Hub's Wendell Yeboah over Galamsey claims. Now, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Obi Eka Samutono so Oye Galamsey, and as a young politician, as somebody who is leading a whole region. Onim se onye bibiano se onim se waya boni a anka se we ko bekansie nka obeye din na mbom onim se onye boni nti anase opese no kure ne beda din nti the Ashanti Regional Minister eka kira brantie na oka asasem ne se wo se me ye Galamsey a ende bra ne be kirem ne fa wungina so bra ne be kire wiase nyina se ampa me amo akohene me ye Galamsey. And I want to be honest here and I want to be blunt here. Me ekwamiti hey, when I say something against somebody, na se nipa ne ka se asem no enye no kra, the person has the right to take me to court. Now, me won say some group of people in Ghana, I imagine say, because the Ashanti Regional Minister is seeking for the truth. Because what kasema to me so, na sa asana wo kai no, me so minim se menye ya. Why should I sit and allow that atrono to destroy my career? Because you're one of the finest politicians or ministers in Ghana, the Ashanti Regional Minister. In 2025, if I'm going to give you 10 regional ministers, Greater Ashanti region, I'll come to Greater Accra. I will not sit here and make it look like say Obi born in Sama because I want to write in that person should be let off the hook. No, it doesn't work like that. And the gentleman, a friend, Wendell, no, he needs to understand say, no Wendell, no, Namhono. So Obi so ka asam to ne so a saa asam no obepese nipa no be den ebe abeyi ne ho ano. So people in the media space, and I was so disappointed when somebody like Irasuda Saridonko, we am senior, you taught me this job, and you insinuating and making it look like say today it is okay for people to malign people. Ewie me hu say obi akotro bibi e de tia Erastus Saridonko say Erastus akwaje pick up bi, and I expect Erastus to sue that person. Say Erastus because we cannot live in a country whereby people can just make allegations and do what and just walk. We cannot live in a country where people can just make things up and just Manchester. Ashanti Regional Minister no issue no, and I believe say it's about time Ghana 40 as here. I've seen some people trying to make it look like say the Ashanti regional minister or he's not a police officer or reporting the case. The police have taken the case serious because this kind of misinformation and disinformation in the system needs to stop. And he said, "Obiako can be one some then the sandy panel abide any need. You people should stop politicizing it. If it is he is part of a democracy harbor. It does not change the fact to say Wako sama sebi also ko. So if that guy knows that what he did was right, as some kind of evidence, why are you people not allowing the guy to face the court? Why are you people not allowing the guy to face the law? Why are you making it look like say Ashanti regional minister will be a court and what time will be the Nakosi court also or Jajini panel? In the first place, that gentleman who wrote the thing or made the allegations, why hasn't he come out to say the allegations are true? You people should stop this nonsense. And it has become a cabal in Ghana. There are a group of young people, it be a journalist for, it be from some panelists, it be my yawaha. All that they do is that they pick on people. And I'm so happy the way the Ashanti regional minister is standing up to these bullies. These are all bullies on the internet. And these people have decided to say, oh, we will do everything possible to suppress the Ashanti regional minister. I like the way he's dealing with them. He's not also cowing. He's also letting them understand he knows it's right. He is in office. If somebody is going to say something about him, it needs to be factual. In the South Accra, that's why I will say you are part of a group. And you can be part of the group and fool yourself. You need to end up in jail. We are not going to mince words. You are the same people working in our courts every single day, trying to fight for people's rights. Now the people you are fighting for their rights, and you'll be in a try to abuse you. You people are so selective when it comes to the law. So Ashanti regional minister and the board with Jimmy Obinka someone fan home because the person is part of a toothless group who basically make money out of nothing. He shouldn't talk. He should allow the guy to malign him. If the guy feels he did not do anything wrong and he has evidence to support his statement, all of you junkies who are supporting this boy should follow the boy to court and provide your evidence to exonerate the boy. Sam kwasiade no munjai muntumi mfa enhye social media chi enya mo say ye de erimumra no ye de ye join the group ye de ye pressure group. Now your pressure group no way Jimmy now making allegations without any substance. Why should anyone allow you to make those allegations? I like the Ashanti regional minister. He should not allow them to write things and get away with it. And I'm being so disappointed in a lot of these people. Oliver, I am disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in Erastus Saridonko. I'm disappointed in all of you guys. Now, you want it to slide? Because the boy was held by the police, does the Ashanti regional minister run the Ghana Police Service? Does he run the Ghana Police Service? So Ghana Police Service Ashanti regional minister. Why don't you take your matter to the police? Why don't you go and demonstrate at the police headquarters? Why are you making it look like, say, the Ashanti regional minister to them watch you? You people know the law, but you are being selective because muhundi padin kwasiasam na say emrana etchena. Then you come and talk about human rights. You come and talk about people using power to suppress people. Nobody is using power to suppress anyone. If you don't have facts, shut your fucking mouth and stay in your room. That boy might end up in jail. And you people are the ones helping these young guys to end up in jail because you are making them believe, say, Oliver and your group, you need to advise yourselves. I respect you a lot. I remember when I came together in the Supreme Court, you walked up to me, we spoke nicely as gentlemen. But the way you people are making these young men who are in these various groups behave, they are beginning to think, say, they can misbehave in Ghana, and that when you use the law to question them, it is looking like you are intimidating people. You are going after people's rights. Now, who can be one say, "No, this nipa so right." What one now? What church on some afo be hono? Now, him say nipa so right. You people are the ones who are pushing young people into jail. If you want to be pressure groups, if you want to be democracy hub, if you want to speak on the issues, you have all the right and you have our support. But the idea that you think that some of you guys can take advantage of the groups you are part of and malign people, no, nobody's going to agree to that. Nobody's going to agree. So that your window, your boy, no, if that boy has evidence to what he said, he shouldn't be scared. He should face the law. And Yaman Kofobin in Ghana and Kwasia Samunkwa. And I'm so disappointed in you, Oliver. Every single day, oh, we are fighting for the young people. It is beginning more to look like you people are fighting for whatever you people want to get. But it's not about fighting to make sure the rule of law, basically, everybody enjoys the rule of law. Why? Is Wendell bigger than anybody in Ghana? Time and all church or Sanyamana, no, name the consequences. And you people are acting as if you know nothing. And some journalists have jumped on the wagon, all because Ashanti regional minister, he's young. We should go and intimidate him. We should make him feel bad. That guy cannot be intimidated. No matter the agenda you people can set, until the court finishes this case, nobody can make any allegations. Until the case is in court, nobody should think, say, this, because this man has opened up and trying to smile with everyone, even journalists in Ashanti region, and I'm disappointed in you, Erastus. This morning you wrote something about this, and I was shocked. We all are supposed to be gatekeepers, guard each other. So who Erastus will be a car, so I will not sit here for the person to run you down. But suddenly, for some reason, you guys have decided to be selfish. I don't know what this guy has done to you people. It's like it's an agenda. Let us bring this guy down. We are not going to allow him to be the Ashanti regional minister. Simon said, "What Bonsu said? Kwasi ampe no be the Ashanti regional minister. Kwasi we Jimmy no Ashanti memu. I want to make a bibi anchina kwa we." Erastus, you lived in Ashanti region. You could not speak in this guy's face because you people think he's young. Because you think he has opened up. He's trying to be nice with everyone. You people want to find a way, malign the guy and destroy him. Munjai san kwasi adeno. When someone or trust Adiano, he should go to court and prove it. If he goes to court and the court says he Onya Bonia, he walks. What is your problem? You people should stop this. For people to even believe in the young people in Ghana. Whatever you people stand for, your actions are going against whatever you people stand for. Whatever you people say, we should look at and believe in you and take your word. Your actions, on social media, the things you follow and the things you support. And then the church say there is something off about what you people are saying that you are doing. What you are protecting. You people are not standing for anything. Gradually, you are losing that respect. You are losing that integrity. We were here when you, Oliver, you uko to police for car key. In any country, you should be in jail. And I'm what? In any country, you should be in jail for like 5 years. But we lived in this country. You need to understand the law needs to work. It cannot be selective. We should stop these kind of things. The jealousy is too much in the system. What you people are doing is not helping. Mumi Njai, and I'm disappointed in you, Erastus. Very, very disappointed. What do you gain from this? What are you people going to get from this? From day one, a gentleman will occupy that position as the Ashanti regional minister. You people, you hate this young man. What do you want from him? Go and vie for the position. And if you don't want it, I don't care. But your actions in Sembia Mochroch at time. Today the case is in court. The boy should go and prove himself. Whether you are part of NDC, MPP, Democracy Hub, Emergency Hub, whatever hub, you need to make sure say Yedemra and a church mind. We are not going to sit there out of respect in tea. Namashadam person will say ni baby life. If this guy goes wrong, I will make sure say if we go to court, we will all champion the sack of Amwakohine. Yes, we will make sure. So we will champion it. But we cannot sit here and gloat over allegations are obi to me pruvi. Na yet one man look like say Amwakohine no or nipa bonini bi agoku obi. Aden. Now, also on protecting the credibility. You threaten suit. Why don't you people want people to protect themselves? Mr. Minister, do the job. Focus. If the man now or man with Jumano, if the president believes he he has the right to do it. But so far, the president is satisfied with your job. The job near the man is to serve Ghanaians, specifically people in the Ashanti region. Deliver. If you go wrong, we will caution you. But do not let these jealous people, these guys who think say everything should be about them, to distract you. Me as I sit here until that Wendell boy proves his matter, gives us all the evidence to prove say, oh, as someone kind of I'm not going to side with anybody. Let the court decide. Nonsense. Now, the vice president spoke yesterday. And as someone kind of say, the daily feeding allowance from 1 cedi 80 pesos to 5 cedis has been approved for implementation. Mokai say NDC bar power na prisoners. Prisoner biano na feeding a day 1 cedi 80 pesos. From Sanano Pokwajiman, John Dramani Mahama, any omo cabinet no omo who say it is not right for a Ghanaian Sebio and the over prison to be for correction. Prison enye baby a kuku nipa. E baby a ye ko reflect it, ye de correct it, ye de tenase. Obi kura to be free prison but no why reformed papa na nyoma kura nanka odi prison no on to me no oko prison why obi to be ko prison obi pie no kuta masters. Obi to be ko prison obi pie no kuta nsa adwuma. Obi ko prison obi ba no na oye more productive than obi krampa oko prison. So abai we ba no say we cannot say because somebody is in prison they should be treated like, without due respect, animals. Inti aye Professor Nano Pokwajima ne John Dramani Mahama any MDC abane ka say no. 180 pesos every prisoner say eduane anopa ewie nwumre no. It is not right. There's no way they are going to get any better food to eat. So Omotena ka say they are going to move it from 1 cedis 80 pesos all the way to 5 cedis. Now the Vice President Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman akasa or say and the cabinet agiatum say I was a prisoner biano you spend 5 Ghana cedis on each prisoner as feeding fee. Obetena kwasie bi ba eti wuntumi movement TV ka say aban we ba na de na waye na saa kwa no saa boy na ko say jail no. Saa boy na all misinforming for say you beto abani be Saturday ni atu bi say na nka say ye jail no na nka koda prison na nka feeding no 5 cedis ni e ka che ne say time na onkwasi aban MPP ni wo so no or tribal forest peglet party ni wo so no ni e feed prisoners 1 cedi 80 pesos na aban ni say no because person who say aban we aye be foforo no and ye feed prisoners 5 cedis into that boy was supposed to be jailed. Sabona a petition na nemu kankan na ot movement TV na yantiase abai we by pade na waye na nkosi e kanishemu. He was supposed to be jailed. Na nka akoka che ne say if you do 5 cedis instead of 1 cedi 80 pesos. Enkwasiafo benya this radio so e Jimmy fo we ma they don't want this country to move forward. Enti omontiase say oman no ekọ nanim. It be I will plead with the government. Sa ade na boy ni ye during elections no. Say nka me na me ye yanke betchimi atum. That case, that crime, I'm going to follow it. I am going to sue. I am going to petition the police that misinformation about during the elections now can say better about be Saturday, near to about be Sunday. No, it is treasonous. A idea and Kebetuma Ghana and Tokwesi, a Betuma Nipewu. So I am going to petition the Ghana Police Service to open that case and make sure that boy is put before the law, because that boy cannot sit on radio and make such utterances and walk. Me pese ohu the reason why nti aban we buy na aban na ebibi odru prisoner ye jailina okoda oni afidi no 5 cedis a day obeti ase say and the kufu do bosom no na afidi Ghana prisoners 1 cedi 80 pesos. Say kwasi ampe you know to movement TV no buta say aban we no aban na nyehwe no me ankasa I will petition the IGP and I'll petition the IGP and tell the IGP say with all due respect say yeti kronma emra e wo say adwuma before election 2024, saa boy na oti movement TV no obetena TV so video evidence wo e ka kire Ghana for say ebi nkoto aba no Saturday ebi nkoto no Sunday or evidence or misinforming disinforming a lot of Ghanaians. Saa de no ye no anka ntoko betumi esimo otumfo akonwa na say yes anka betumi de ntoko esi asantememu ene Ghana ama amanfo ku amanfo ama sebio ahini a yedi ni Ghana anka ni nyina be say into that boy no or you dangerous to our democracy and the law needs to take care of that boy. So I will personally petition the IGP and I don't expect the IGP to put this thing on the side. We need to get to the bottom of it. Senebaya election 2028 it will serve as a deterrent. Senebaya kwasiye bi ntumi nkotena TV so nkotena radio so nkoka say abani ebe to be this date near to be this date. So from next week I will personally petition the IGP. I will petition the IGP. I will instruct my lawyers to petition the IGP and I want the IGP to act on it. When I petition the IGP, I will add the video to it. We need to get to the bottom of it. Me person otinyo me bia say o person hu di abani ye ya memana ko hu afri prison. Mema sa akwasi ampe yi no on the boss wuntumi no omga ko hu di aban we ya from prison. Inti I am promising him. Ochira mu shana monka nche Kevin Taylor say he's going to petition the IGP. He's going to make his lawyers petition the IGP about that boy's statement. And that we need to make sure say obidi boni wo Ghana yentumi mbobone ne nto nchen. That boy, we need to petition the IGP to make sure the law takes care of him. Now, team, remind me of this. I'm so please. Tomorrow morning, I want to call my lawyer in Ghana for him to put together this petition because I want this case. I don't want this thing to slide. Election 2028, a very, very important election for Ghana. We are not going to sit there for people to learn from this fool. Because ya nipa bi ebesua de oyeye no na election 2028 na kofan tokwa besi into also gina court na oyi ne ho ano na o maye hu sa asem na o kan no na ne gina so wen. Inti we are going to make sure say osembra ni di because ya anye sa election 2028 no obi be the same na say Ghana. The democracy of Ghana is very important and dear to me, and I'm not going to allow piglets like these to destroy our democracy. Inti team, remind me tomorrow. I'll call my lawyer and I'll tell my lawyer to petition the IGP on my behalf and that I want action to be taken on this matter. Seattle. Now, and then the President of the Republic launching a year armored vehicles our Ghana Police Service. Now, the government is doing a lot. If there's one thing that we didn't see during the Ekufuado administration or the Bawumia administration now, for 8 years, we didn't see the retooling of any of our regional hospitals or our major hospitals in this country. For 8 years, the NPP government did not touch any hospital to retool or even continue any health development projects. One second part, neglected part, military. The NPP spent a lot of money. Your friend flower money. They make you think, say, they are spending on the military. When they say spending on the military or retooling the military, it's about retooling the military to be prepared in the moment. You can have a military that has old equipment, old fighting, battle weapons or whatever. But you need to make sure you update your military, your security to the point whereby any day, they are ready to defend that nation or your nation. Now, there's one thing they basically neglected. You see, Dampare technically bought the media. That is what Dampare was good at. And that one, I will not take it away from him. Dampare was a very good PR guy. Dampare was very smart when it came to making sure, playing with the minds of Ghanaians. He was always ahead. Dampare used the media to make him look better. Dampare, a politician, to say Ekufuado. He played the media game very well. He was able to get the media to do his bidding indirectly without the media even knowing. So Dampare like this, or to me, is setting up the media in a way whereby he buys the sympathetic part of the media. Into every time, you will see a lot of people are like Dampare because he will spread his pictures all over the place. He spreads his videos all over the place. He goes to places where he thinks, Emane Dorso, Mamefone Dorso, Ghana for, if you want to penetrate Ghana, go through our mothers, go through our aunties. So Dampare bo uno jine yase no sa. Dampare bo uno chikeloli. Dampare bo so akoji bankuno oka. Dampare bo uno ewura. Dampare knew how to play on the conscience of Ghanaians. But when it came to policing, police now say policing, and I say police is being retooled to be a fortified police service. Dampare didn't really care. And somebody will say, no. Nana de bia who Dampare. It is only Dampare and obey IGP. Ni photographer, ebeye photographer of the year. Dampare Gwa. It has never happened before. It is only Dampare or what ni photographer or didn't you try to picture at the end of the year, photographers of the year. Dampare's photographer was the photographer of the year. Best photographer in Ghana, Dampare. That question a photographer in Ghana asked me, say, so Dampare's photographer, what was just following Dampare around and taking pictures of the IGP? And I'm saying yes. And I'll say he became the photographer of the year for taking pictures of the IGP. So it shows you how Dampare was able to manipulate the system for the system to think, he was working for the police. On say a Pamo Dampare, so many people were shocked how the police were jubilating. It was because inside the police, Dampare had built a police within the police. It was so political to the point that the amount police, they didn't care. Dampare always looked at the face, the surface that looked very, very rosary. And that is what he used to do what? To enter the heads of Ghanaians. Today, we have seen a new police whereby the police is being retooled. The police is being retooled to the point whereby you can see, a government is in place that is being strategic about what it's giving the police for the police to do their jobs. Inti Mahama present 40 special purpose armored vehicles to Ghana Police Service, and it was interesting to see the joy in the faces of Ghana Police.
This response in high-risk environments. The enhanced officer protection when you engage in dangerous operations. The reinforced patrols in rugged terrain.
So you see, retooling the security agencies, and not just buying things. And I would like to talk to the president. Mr. President, it is very important you look at the Ghana military. The Ghana military, they are struggling. In fact, when it comes to West Africa, and this goes to the CDS or the leadership of Ghana military, when you go to Ghana military as a whole, as it sits there, the former CDS, and I know there's something in the military people don't want to talk about. But when you go into the military, Mr. President, once in a while, call the CDS, go with him to the military camps, sack all the officers and talk to the military, the lower rank people, and hear what they will tell you. And I will advise the CDS to do the same. I will advise the CDS to also go to the various barracks, there's various units, call the unit personnel, let the senior officers leave, speak to them, then you will hear what they are going through in the military. There's a lot happening. The military is struggling. When it comes to weapons, when it comes to vehicles, when it comes to Nyoma Yadika Sewe military, Ghana military will fall short. In fact, we were here when the former CDS Okoto armored vehicles, Land Cruisers 12. Till date, who may be our Land Cruisers in Bako. He's the same Boadu or Sedi. He's the same person, Mr. President. You say he should go to Canada and become whatever. He went to buy Land Cruisers bear 12 or Sedi. Land Cruisers bear 12. You Bako cry everything there. Now, the disheartening thing about Ghana military, and they say, sir, vehicles are the The last time I was in Ghana, I took my time to drive through the military, Burma camp. And Mr. President, it is sad to see the accommodation of some of our military men. It is sad to see the kind of equipment, the kind of accoutrement the Ghana military uses. In fact, you need to look at it very well. Say, and I will say on authority, say in Tokwesi, Ewo, Ghana, any other country. With all the experience, your military, eba akondia, you be losing Tokwana poto, obekunya shiyekuro. The Ghana military is not potent when it comes to weapons, war vehicles. The majority of the vehicles they see Burma camp. Mr. President, maybe you have not been briefed, and I know the CDS just took power or took office. He needs to sit down and look at the issues. There's a lot of issues in the military. They are hurt. Things are not going on well. And if we always want it to look like it is always going to be obey before command, or say obey command before whatever, then we are not going to get anywhere. Sometimes we need to put the obey before the Indiano and go down and speak to them and hear what is going on. I can tell you on authority that armored vehicles are good. Ghana military, about 80% in Yejuma. Mr. President, one day, Mr. President, pay a visit to the Ghana military. And I know the CDS is struggling. He's struggling because he came to inherit a military that was not retooled for years. He came to inherit a military that was being led by people who were trying to save their faces, trying to look good. But when it comes to Nyoma Ediye military, they didn't care. And that is where my problem is. Because the former CDS, he was all about the icing on the cake. For people to see, oh, if you give me an accommodation, not the main reason to your family, so then you need to make sure those things go hand in hand. And I know the CDS now is struggling because the military is undertooled. The Ghana military needs to be updated. When you enter a Burma camp at time, It is sad. It is sad because utumi who military for dying. Now it is like almost that phone room. You see military quarters. A day is seen in 1932. Now usha military for dying. Now yabubo kukobu esi ho. Usha military for dying. Utumi just say wait nipa the dem. You see nipa the dem. Soldier ni the dem. It is despicable. At time, the military, we need to upgrade the military a little bit. We need to retool the military. Our military is weak. And when I say it's weak, when it comes to Ghana military, they are disciplined. When it comes to they being there for the country, you know them. They go out of the country for peacekeeping. We know what they do. They are very, very solid. But when it comes to Akondia, the Ghana military is zero. They have nothing. It hurts me to be saying this now, but the Ghana military, I'm telling you, we have the men. We have a lot of people who are committed to work for us, protect Ghana. But when it comes to a new age military, the Ghana military, dear Mr. President, I beg you, you need to put a whole committee together, led by the CDS, to really look at one, accommodation, and two, the accoutrements. The Ghana military service, I've taken my time. I've driven through a Burma camp. When you go see baby a soldier for that cry, it is disheartening. Into the day I saw all these young people, the day they were recruiting people, Elwak Sports Stadium. Now me drew Ghana. That day I was in Ghana, and me share young people way. I'm on from a person who soldier, and I'm actually go see Burma camp. And I'm share a danye go, and I'm saying no, there is a problem. The day Nana in Kwarani Wu Elwak, and I was in Ghana that day. I drove past that place in the morning, and I looked at all these kids, and I'm catching them and say, I've been through Burma camp. Now me share a danye go Burma camp. Now me share Ghana military the way it is not resourced, the way it is not being retooled, the way it is not updated. Now me share Nkora when you now wanting to go into the military. Me busa mo say, into Nkora when you now form one, and he no mo koda. Where are they going to lodge? Ultimately driving through Burma camp, Mr. President, it is despicable. Add this to your legacy. At least before you leave power, we need to have about 50,000 military housing for the military. Military for Asasi Bebri. They have lots and lots of land. Yet military for no Asasi Bebri. Let us pay attention to the military. Let us pay attention for once, Mr. President. This is something you need to do for people like us. I am begging you, Mr. President. The police too need same. We are retooling the police. We need to look at the accommodation. These are security agencies. These old. I was asking myself, who share a daya ewo Burma camper? Now just be a yes dina pete ho. A dine tantan bi. Into Mr. President, can't we decide to say, sa in dina yesi pete no? Ye bebu bune yesi story buildings 20. Uti story buildings 20 kra tenor. How many military men can occupy? So many of them. Why have we allowed to die way? Police need that damn none about that bontene. Soldier need that damn none about that a box him. Utemo Burma camper. Soldier for the box. Abu bonk atar down. I just say a tonri oho. I just say a slump. This is not right. I want you to summon the CDS. I need you to ask them what can be done immediately to help the Ghana military accommodation. We can't always be telling people go to the military, go to the police, and their dignity is taken away from them. That is despicable. Till date, the Ghana military, why? This is the modern day military. This is the modern day policing. How come say and the Ghana military how? People come to training. They have new recruits. Now we tell our people we want to save the climate. We want to save the environment. And ever since the Ghana police end to me gas and that they need to send recruits to go into the forest. So what is that? And this go to the CDS. CDS, these are things that you need to put before the president. And these are urgent things. I know you came to inherit a lot of damage, but you need to try and also make sure these are the things the military personnel need. We hear good accommodation. And then I'm the patre gugu. You can take one section and say, okay, this 10 acre, this particular unit, ye bubuni nyina, ye besi story building 20 waha, story building bia a dime 500 room. Ye besi be 10 story building, be soldier for nyina kugum. What are we doing to our people? See the amount of money we have spent on unnecessary things in Ghana. Why are we doing this to ourselves? If today, you open, say, people should put in, contractors should submit. So our buying crackers of contractors 50%, and that they are going to pay the contractors another year, the rest of the money. We will get local contractors who will be willing to build these story buildings at Burma camp for the military. And then end 2025, military for that wanted to think boom. Any time, are you not ashamed as leaders of the nation? Go and see baby police for that. Obakona police leader them, none the bad abontene. How can you have peace of mind to govern, to protect a nation? Me, my worry is that today, as I tell you, Mr. S, get me pictures of Burma camp. A day soldier for the dim. Now me fancha Mr. President. Ebia, it's been a long time the president went to Burma camp. And the leaders of this country went to Burma camp. Mr. S, get me pictures of Burma camp. And then I call World War II now with them. And then I'm done with them. Me say, "Utumi kona so you need dying. Insu a name a dining. Na gata nsu nam dying. Na se gata nsu. Na so you need them. Na officer, you sit down. Shepe ama officer ni nebusuafo. Na recruit ni soldier for. Omonde eye adwuma no. Na officer for 10 air condition dying mu. Na omo bon kwase adwuma na egugu a kitchen diamond. How can you build a nation like that? Inti soldier ni so to obe corrupt because or shani officer penyini no officer penyini ne ba kra ewo one officer bi o baba ko na ne ba no ewo dan ono nko awo dan na soldier ni owo mba miensa na ono ne yire ne mother box him. Why? How can you live like that? This has to change. There should be a change. Something needs to be done. We cannot keep doing these things to ourselves every day. As someday it is nice to retool the police, it is nice to give them equipment, but it is also important to take care of their accommodation. We can give all those Mr. President, we can give that to soldier for move some of them there and start building story buildings. Mr. President, Mr. President, the military themselves, they have engineers. The military, they can construct. The military, they can build. What is the big deal? We don't even need external contractors. Let us refurbish it again. Move the military 2000. Now, baby, you're making sure say within a year, you're to 6 story buildings, bear 5. Story will be at 200 apartment 200. Then you really use uncle for no abaho. Near say another set near the Omacos, the Omacos segleme. Near says his uncle for the dear, near the Omabaho, near that is how we do it. We have enough houses sitting there. Yashi and Yatigan and Yakabrofo. Mr. President, you need to call a meeting. The military, the police, they need some better accommodation. Equipment, some using Kokana military, a 2 body war. Sometimes when we say these things, some of you get angry because you feel like we are exposing the military, we are exposing the police, we are exposing the security agencies. But if we don't talk about these things, how are people going to know what is happening? If we don't speak on these things, how are we going to know what is going on? Or they will suffer and suffer all the time. Burma camp. These are where you're dying. Where can they say a new kakra, Mr. S? This one is even new. I don't think it's even an apartment. This could be an officer's mess. Mr. S, this is even nice. Mr. S, where they say, get me the real houses at Burma camp. Why are we doing this to the military? Mr. President, it is me and Ghanaians saying this. You're parking kwa wengina ko military omokodahin. You're parking kwa wengina ko police omokodahin. We are parking them to go out there and to become corrupt. Oni baby da obey kromfo. So you need only baby da obey kromfo because the young kuno ni also enam Ghana no who say the young kuno baby da obey pesika ko pe baby ada. Let us try and help the military. Let us try and help the police. Retooling is good. I said 2 things today, Mr. President. The police, the retooling is good. The accommodation is important. The military, they don't have anything. I am pleading with the CDS to go to the president and plead with the president that this is an emergency. Because if we don't do this, one day Tihana Soja for a revolt against here. Yakasa revolt. And yes, Obikuta political power na obi yaw. A yaw any pain, any nyoma bi ani pe bi kom na ma obi to be convince obi. So it is always important to say obi de ne kra to so obebo oman ho ban. Yes, you show that kind of that kind of love, no. We need to meet them halfway. Go to Burma camp. I want the schools, the JSS for no, they should go and take a tour at Burma camp. Now, we should be a soldier for that. In fact, what I want the Ghana military to do first, and then say, before we be applications, no, we make sure say you give people the opportunity to come and work at the barracks and see where the soldiers sleep. It should be part of the whole thing before people go and pick a form. Answer and go form, no, moment for barracks, Burma camp, no measure send soldier 40, their living conditions. When people see soldiers, their living conditions, I don't think you will see them there. I am telling you. Me say, Ghana military, some be say, wow, person ko military, bra, Burma camp, baby a soldier for that, and sana ye, me say, udruwa, me nya sure say, 90% of Nkwari who elwa none of them will go to military. Yeah. Because you're there a soldier for them. They're humming and say, and the armored cars say what Ghana military they cannot run for 10 miles. They will break down. They cannot run. When you sit inside, they know. Soldier from Pedifo in Akoya no CDS penini. Or no that soldier for no oba osi mesi dan kakrebi wa ha, mesi hall wa ha. Oh, Mr. T, no the contract na man ho. That guy now CDS no. Upon bu enu se no. Or sorry, construction or yen Burma company, a company. Or sorry, not the company, a man contractor man home. No, a basic hall, be not the diato so, no, a basic way. But the main thing now, a bebwa soldier for Nankasano. Upon a new strategy was that, wow, open so peacekeeping bra, unya training crowd, because why a soldier, why I can see, unto training crowd here, cobra. So he bought them with those things. Into a pump where you and say, we are soldier ni, open so peacekeeping, put your name in. Because before you go for peacekeeping, you need to train. But obviously, there are people, Ebia, on to me for 2 weeks and training and slam call. Into sometimes they need to be given a pass. It is what is in their head and their experience in here, and yet technically physique. Into sometimes people will be given the exceptional area rule, no normal passing rule, normal call. That is fine. But upon now yes, CDS. So that is what he was doing. He was making the military for no think say he's helping, but indirectly, what they really needed to make them comfortable, he wasn't minding them. Because make up peacekeeping, I could have $500 a week, and then I will not even think about where I will sleep. What is the getting in our So we need to get to the bottom of it. Some people, they have destroyed the military. Mr. President, change the face of the military. Let us update the military. I will come back to this topic again. Upon Pipra, thank you. Upon Pipra, the former CDS, honestly not to say IGP Dampare. Upon Pipra, no not to say Dampare, former CDS. So Tanga, and all the other soldier for no. Intendo come military, upon Pipra, share, now upon Brano sit down with you. Upon Pipra, all that he was doing was that now all the flashy things need the other soldier for no. But I didn't name my soldier, yes, soldier no. Into people say, the first day I entered Burma camp, and I'm going to say, upon Pipra, body dino, baby, I'm dano or wuyana. Upon Pipra, baby, musono. Baby anamodano o ehuana. Why didn't he take care of your welfare, baby amobedano? Because if you are telling me something about a year peacekeeping, now I'm $500 a week. Because peacekeeping buy him and beda. This goes to the Ghana police, Ghana military, and the fire service. I'll come and talk about fire service next week. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, I heard this statement from the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, and I felt to say, I was saying, if I need to do this, my team needs to country, the Ghana military, the Ghana police, these two institutions. Maybe start with Ghana military. the Ghana military needs to share apartments of the Ghana military personnel for the public to see. Next week, we want to see current pictures of military personnel. We want to see it on your sites. We want to see current pictures of military officers. If by next week we don't see it on the site of the Ghana military, I will send my boys to come to Burma camp. My own ghost team will come and film Burma camp and show to the world the kind of a Danya soldier for them. So I am not going to make anybody's work difficult. I am pleading with the CDS. The CDS needs to meet all his senior officers. They need to go to the president. Segleme housing is there. We want the military to take over this construction. They need to refurbish Segleme housing. Move enough military officers there a bit to occupy Segleme housing 1,500 houses. At least 1,500 military officers or more Burma camp. If we renovate Segleme house in 6 months, they can all go there and live there. Then wherever we want to earmark, you better mind unit by unit. This unit, you better see Abronsign 5, 10. Abronsign be able for a dime 60. Abronsign be able for dime 100. They will say at least almost Segleme hono in 1 year or 2 years, no. Yedim so mbeba no na wa Abronsign efa nipa 1,005. Omo wi na move sanko for na kosa unit nim. Na move another unit to Segleme. Na sa unit no so no ya start ebubu baby omo so te nyina because oba a dynamo ti sira pete what tantan sa don. You need to break them down. Ebe ko obi kura ko ato atwene. E na soldier ni o defend Ghana. Ne ba e da bonte no da dem. Police ni officer penyini ben na be sa de no. I'm asking from the CDS to the last officer. Omowe mpedifo no. Why na better dem and ne ba beda bonte no box him? Why na be sa de no? This is not discipline. This is nothing. You people are killing the military officers. You are destroying them within. We want to see something. We want to see some action. Segleme ne guano. Unit by unit. Mon starting free 1 unit. Mumubu dani nyina. Mumuvu omu nyanko Segleme. Mun si Abronsign and the oba brochira. Ye si Abronsign nipa 1,000 wom. Ye to be si Abronsign bienu na afa nipa 1,000. Mun ye sa de bi. Na mumi enjoy the hair and the na time. What is all this nonsense? I'll come back to this topic again. I'm never going to stop until I hear the CDS speak on this housing issue, until I hear the president speak on this housing issue, until I hear the defense minister speak. Segleme is a perfect place for you to start. The military, they have civil engineers. They can build their own story building. All that they need is the funding. And see, OSP because we are saying for the past year and year, we can get $50 million for them to build we can take the OSB budget every year. Now you find yes, Ejumano. You two ma Kissi Adjabeng kwasi ampenyi we sa sika me dey na. You better to see military barracks. So it is important. Mete say the interior minister aka some way, and I wanted to react to it quickly. Muntaka Mubarak. Muntaka Mubarak. I say, according to the interior minister, to him, everyone who raises a hand against a police officer strikes at the heart of the state. Sorry, end of quote. And I will face him. Will face firm consequences under the law. Let me take this again. According to him, anyone who raises a hand against a police officer strikes at the heart of the state and will face firm consequences under the law. I want to ask the interior minister, your colleague in parliament, Afenyomakin, he actually slapped a police officer. Till date, I've not heard you speak on it. Why? Because he's your friend, right? Because he's your colleague. Because you go to caucus meeting with him. Because you people negotiate behind the scenes and make a fool out of the people. Why haven't you spoken on the matter? Afenyomakin hit a police officer on camera. Afenyomakin was recorded. As we speak, Afenyomakin's docket is on the desk of the Attorney General. A case was established against him. Investigations were done. Police established that he actually assaulted a police officer. You are standing in public saying that if anybody hits a police officer, they have hit the heart of what? Mr. Interior Minister, prove to me that you are not one of the most weakest interior ministers we have had in Ghana. Prove to me. All of you guys who have been given appointments in Ghana, this is basically a test. Mo amose mo pe president edi na. Mo so na ma hye suit nam Ghana ma ya pampe. Ah mo ye mo azan for say mo pe president edi no. And they are mo bi adwuma say mo nye. Prove yourselves. Afenyomakin, and this goes to the Interior Minister Muntaka. Afenyomakin hit a police officer in the face. He slapped a police officer. Follow the docket. It's on the desk of the Attorney General. We want you to start from there. If you don't start from there, then shut up. It means the job you have been given, you can't do it. Mubarak, Muntaka, Mubarak. From next week, if you fail to take action on the Afenyomakin incident, which you know the docket is on the desk of the Attorney General, then you don't qualify to be an Interior Minister. I will torment you. Your credibility is on the line. You either side with Afenyomakin and lose everything in politics, or prove to Ghanaians say you are not as guilty, as reckless, as hopeless and corrupt like Afenyomakin. Prove to us this statement shouldn't just be a statement. You should act on this statement. This is your statement. It should not just be a statement. You need to act on the statement. And I have video evidence for you. In fact, your own Attorney General has a docket on his desk. You are the Interior Minister. Speak on that Afenyomakin assaulting a police officer, because Afenyomakin has struck the heart of the state. You are in parliament with him, so it's no problem, right? I am waiting for the day you raise an issue about somebody going after a police officer or a military officer. I said your political career hangs on this matter. Na me maka mo amose mu nyina mo president edi no. Me busa obia one question. Mubarak Muntaka. Next week we want you to speak on the Afenyomakin attack on the police officer. You are the Interior Minister, Minister of the Interior. You have made a statement and I have quoted you. So from next week, if you don't speak on this matter, you will quit the job. I want the right thing to be done in Ghana. I want John Mahama's presidency to be the best. Nobody's witch hunting anybody. There are hundreds and hundreds of members of parliament in Ghana. They have not touched a police officer. Obianfa Nsankano. There are about 87 NPP MPs in Ghana. Obianfa Nsanka police officer. Enti say Afenyomakin ebo police officer. It is not witch hunting. Say question no to make sure the right thing is done. Afenyomakin, he has committed a crime, and you, the Interior Minister, you have told us, say Obibo police officer nipana bo omaina kumemu. Now we have video evidence and even a docket on the desk of the Attorney General, confirmed by the Attorney General himself that Afenyomakin, a docket on him is on his desk. The police did their investigations and they said he assaulted a police officer, which we also on camera. So this statement, so I also say on person better than Baumia near from Munafiki in Kremoni on Kanokura. Act on this matter, because Afenyomakin is not better than anybody. Muntaka, I'll leave it here. When I come back again, the President of the Republic, Echo of Anko, Echo inspect the road, you know, catch Ghana for SR, Ghana for TSA, sure Ghana for say, a year express road now, a year Ghana buying, Odi ni John Mahama buying, NDC buying, Eba be ye free a year in crime, Aqua Kuku PS Rimuno, Sa Equine dear, the needs that Sumuna, they are still going to construct a year the expressway. Now, a year of Anko Kwanya, Yen say, over the years, saa kwan na be problem about that Ghana hama nipa bebre akasa from Kufo Abreso JJ Rollins Abreso, President Bia Amba Antiman Fan and Sanka, John Dramani Mahama ni NDC about power in less than a year. And the Munina Mohu Senior of Anko, a year in Sawumni, Sa Equine Ninano, a year President Mahama, Eddie Emma contractor, Utia Hoka, and the Yenina Yuhu, a year de Equine Emma Ghana Funina, any aje. When any friend say, Obi Edu with Nim na Okano Kre, na Odino Kra. This is how you govern. This is how you respect a leader. This is how you can trust a leader. Into right now, no, I was saying of what you say. Because you be the president, but ube here obia okanu kre, ube here obia odina asemoso, ube here obia owo ekrono edana koma soa. Why na adwene say obeboa ema krono eden etumi akọ nanim. Now, and as we all can see, a year of anchor in Sawum Kwano. President Mahama said, "Wakwa inspect and ye videos no of President Mahama inspecting the road, and the year engineers are Oma Baso inspected the quality of work being done by Marapoma, a year one of the biggest road contractors in Africa and in Ghana, a year Marapoma Construction. They have shown say, oh yeah, Ghanaian company na say ye momo the needed resource sika ometuma ejumano. I think say Marapoma a year construction actually bibi kakra. Say we have Ghanaian companies that are ready and willing to work. All that we need to do is to make sure governments resource them or pay them. When contractors sign contract with governments, Saban endi nemra soa ene nema ejuma na contractors bebree ye no entumi enkoso. Now, Marapoma is setting the pace, and Marapoma is making us believe say if a company, a local company, and as a Ghanaian company. If we as a people, they can deliver as those companies are I believe say in Sawum any of we should also give credit to the company, to the construction company. Is superb, it's fantastic, and also the consistency and the pace that they are working. No, Ama Obienya believe say Sabain bana Sabain dini bosha so na abain contractors. It's not in harmony. Now, Abain is honest with contractors. Contractors will also go a very long way to help the government and the people. And that is what we are seeing on the in Sawum, in Sawum, a year of Anko stretch. Now, the president yesterday, Okoshe, saw a year project, a year construction of this road. President Neka Bibi. Now, Mr. President, now, yatete nkofo kika say a year road na akwa ye no omo ye no ye see a year express lane bi na express lane no omo start ya omo beja a ye den ekwan na to and the president said abi there a year adakabre kan oboa any the likes of adakabre opportunity radio so ni MPP4 kan oboa no as the president there Ghana for boss say a year of anko kwan na nsawem kwan no ni sika da ho a omo tuama contractor express road no and also sika ye from there is no way of anko in Sawum to Kumasi kwan we omo ye ebe affect the expressway no. Now President Kohono, he also got excited or say the amount of work we who say a Marapoma company no edia share dwumanim and the decency omo di ye dwuma omo ne Ghanaians drivers plying the road enya problem bia no omo tuma professional enough and the pace at which they are working no. President said, or believe say, a year, sir, a year in Sawum Ejuma Wino, or Gidi say, contractor no echo so send your okoso na. Na ebia, at Yanchembia NC. Na ebia yenya some bad weather be a bit to me, slow down the pace of worker. On it dear, from what he saw, no, or the Nebubua, on your engineer, on your contractor, on your coin, but from a layman point of view, no, from a year pace, no, from the last time, the Obehu no, any a year de we who see no. As Ghanaian na as obia ono so watena be me hu sane ye kwan any pace na o se ohun ni say e bia by April 2026 eye afie besimi by April ne de na eye ekwan we no e bia na contractor ne wie president no enka say obewie 2026 April o se de ono de ni hu ye no ene se de adwuma na ekọ no ono de as a president and also as a layman when it comes to road construction no ordinary bubu a na o calculate time a obehu kwan ene ende de kwan na ye na o ma ye ne ye ene adwuma no se bi o mo ye ne dia na adwini mu no ohuni say by April 2026 there na ekwan we ya yewie. This the president did not make that statement. In fact, the contractor is the one oka say from a year ahead of where they are now, the earthworks they are doing. You can say earthworks omu two form ahwe adwuma omo ye no. Sa omu di ahwe no omo faso ne ade ade no. Contractor ne can say in fact adwuma we na go so mu wie next year by June, July. Now contractor na catcher Mr. President to say from the way omu hu nyama no ene sibia earthwork ne koso na omu edwi na eko yie na se bi oye nya nsuo bia betwitwa omu akwemu omu nhede nya problem bia no. In fact on the contractor and ohun say by April ne de e say dwuma mutumi wie intima wo bia nko ka asam enhye John Mahama no say John Mahama say eye ofanko nsawom for kwana ye no April no mu be wie eye contractor no na John Mahama ne the roads minister ebusa ne say se sia no sibia wa ye kwan ne contentem no ohun say July na contractor say oh on de ohwe adwuma na omo ye na ene sibia omo tu ahwea omo pa eni asase ne ni a omo dwi su na on de ohun say aban tumi omo nyoma tumi kosi bia e kona by April ne de na o ma den omo betumi wie adwuma no inti still June July ne de it is still there. But the contractor ne kache the president of the republic say nyoma kosa ne ekoya obo nya problem bia na se ne omudwi kwan so enim ne de ekonyina ne de by April de obetima dane adwuma no nyina ahye yensa se omawie enti mema obi nkotena radio so mema ofui bi nkotena movement TV mema odwan bi nkotena asempa mema kusie bi enkotena eyedien eye Inshira FM mema odwan bi enkotena eye Adum TV mema eye kurasini bi nkotena P7 meka se John Mahama ka se ekwan no eye April ni ewie a contractor na kasa na osho or catcher president ne say from the pace of the work no they believe say ebia April no wi but the work na kasa they also move by June July enti memma obi an commission form system no Ghana Web any other tabloids na omo a report say asem we man report ni ye no also mo nyina a retract no apologize say na omo correct to say it wasn't the words of the president na mbom a contractor no and na suggest catcher president ne say nyoma konde bia ekone dia ebra April na afia yebesimu no na omo wie kwan no yeni ma dekudie ntia ye sa ade we yeni mu nkofo eni omu dili yeni ma beifo mba yeni omu nam yeni mu nkransefo emma yeni omu nam yeni ma jantrafo mba yate party omu gum a e friend MPP yeni eye de akromfo omu nka no kore yeni party a otrofo de anim nti ye di nkomo a ne ye tim na Ghana fo hu nkomo na nkasa efiri say yenim amanfo bi twa atro de tumi omu gi tumi ni jimi no omu jimi ye nti eduru pempenso bi a say ye kasa na ya kyere asam no se ne tie se ne be ya ofui bi enkoje John Mahama no ensi bone nti asam no enya John Mahama na ka say o mewie kwan April na eye contractor no video na enyina boy no obi ate ye thank you.